Today we're chatting with Barbara Juliani, who's the general editor of the Good News for Little Hearts series from New Growth. Thank you so much for taking the time, Barbara, to talk with us today.
You know, I never mind taking the time to talk about the Good News for Little Hearts series. I love them.
Tell us a little bit about how this series came to be. I'm looking at Gwen Tells Tales. There's so many in the series, and how did this become a series?
Well, Gwen Tells Tales is our 10th book in the series, and New Growth Press is a Christian publisher, and we publish a lot of counseling materials. And one thing that we've done and sold so many of them are little mini books. They're 24 pages. So even people who aren't readers can read them, and they're about specific counseling issues that apply the Bible and the gospel to those issues, written by counselors. So I always wanted to do something that would be like that for children, but of course, they're not going to read 24 pages, and you're not going to read 24 pages to them. So we decided to do a little series of books that would feature animal families. And we thought that would make it fun for the kids. And then to address things that children experience just like adults: anxiety, failure, loss. I know that sounds really sad, but we do try to make the books funny as well. So I think there's like always a funny moment in them.
The one thing that I've noted right from the start with this series is the incredible graphics, whether it's Buster's ears, Trip 'em Up, or Zoe's hiding place. These are beautifully done graphics. And I know that children, that's an important thing for them.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes engaging.
Well, when it comes to children's books, if you don't have those really engaging illustrations, you might as well not have them at all, you know. And so we were looking for somebody to create like an animal world. And I had a young man submit some material to me, and I said to him, you know, I don't want to use this material, but do you think you could do animals? And he said, yes, I grew up at a farm. His name's Joe Hawks. And I spent all my time sketching animals. And we had talked also about how we needed somebody who could like make animals expressive. Like, that's not easy to do, but he's unbelievable how he does that.
Now, along with great graphics and great storytelling, there are some special guides in the books as well. Tell us a little bit about how that came to be and how those are tools that parents and grandparents can use.
So the back of each book includes like, you know, when your child feels guilty or when your child experiences loss. And it's just a few little, like maybe a paragraph about that issue, and then just some ways to walk them through that using some of the Bible verses that have been mentioned in the book. And at every point in the book, every book has one point where the person who is talking to the struggler, whatever animal it is, they say, here's a verse from the great book, and they write it out and they say, put this in your back pocket. So also at the end of the book is what we call back pocket Bible verses, and that you can tear them out and put them in your back pocket, literally put them in your back pocket. So, you know, we just want the word of God to be in children's hearts. But I also think that it's had a great impact on parents, because they need the same thing as their children.
Well, Barbara, thank you so much for taking the time today to tell us about the Good News for Little Hearts series. It's an engaging series, and I hope there are many more to come.
Thank you. We're planning 2 more for next year, so that'll get us up to 12. So good. Thank you so much for having me.